Empathy has two major components. Affective empathy, also called emotional empathy, is the ability to respond with an appropriate emotion to another's mental states. Our ability to empathize emotionally is based on emotional contagion, being affected by another's emotional or arousal state. Affective empathy can be subdivided into the following scales: empathic concern, sympathy and compassion for others in response to their suffering; personal distress, feelings of discomfort and anxiety in response to another's suffering. There is no consensus regarding whether personal distress is a form of empathy or instead is something distinct from empathy. There may be a developmental aspect to this subdivision. Infants respond to the distress of others by getting distressed themselves. Only when they are 2 years old do they start to respond in other-oriented ways, trying to help, comfort, and share. Affective mentalizing uses clues like body language, facial expressions, knowledge about the other's beliefs and situation, and context to understand more about what one is empathizing with. Cognitive empathy is the ability to understand another's perspective or mental state. The terms empathic accuracy, social cognition, perspective taking, theory of mind, and mentalizing are often used synonymously. But due to a lack of studies comparing theory of mind with types of empathy, it is unclear whether these are equivalent. Although measures of cognitive empathy include self-report questionnaires and behavioral measures, a 2019 meta-analysis found only a negligible association between self-report and behavioral measures, suggesting that people are generally not able to accurately assess their own cognitive empathy abilities. Cognitive empathy can be subdivided into the following scales. Perspective taking, the tendency to spontaneously adopt others' psychological perspectives. Quote, fantasy, the tendency to identify with fictional characters. Tactical, or strategic, empathy, the deliberate use of perspective taking to achieve certain desired ends. Emotion regulation, a damper on the emotional contagion process that allows you to empathize without being overwhelmed by the emotion you are empathizing with. The scientific community has not coalesced around a precise definition of these constructs, but there is consensus about this distinction. Affective and cognitive empathy are also independent from one another. Someone who strongly empathizes emotionally is not necessarily good in understanding another's perspective.